So let's talk about use of ICT in teaching chemistry. Our main learning objectives will be concept of ICT in teaching learning chemistry, chemistry OERs means chemistry open educational resources, plan, prepare and create learning resources for chemistry using appropriate ICT tools, and organize chemistry teaching learning activities.
Is ICT. ICT refers to the forms of technology that are used to transmit, store, create, share or exchange a particular task. And it is also defined as the use of hardware and software for efficient management of information. So, information communication technology, share and communicate information, find information, handle data, simulate or model events, and control devices. So this is just an outline of the information communication technology. Now, what are the tools which we can use in ICT? That is ICT tools. That is television, radio, computers, printers, scanners, mobile phones, cameras, Wi-Fi, internet, CDs, DVDs, tablets, e-books, interactive whiteboards, etc. So, ICT tools, internet web, email, word processor, spreadsheets, blogs, overhead projector, LED projector, LCD projectors, multimedia, cell phones, etc. All these come under the ICT tools. Now, all these are online resources which a teacher must be acquainted with. He or she must have a knowledge of all these online resources for present scenario for the teaching or for online teaching, right? Next are components of ICT. So I'm not going in the detail of ICT and ICT tools. I will focus on the ICT tools for chemistry only. So I'm just going through it, just giving an introduction of ICT. So components of ICT are software, hardware, transactions, communication technology, data, internet access, cloud computing, etc. So always remember one thing, that technology is only another tool for productive research. It is not a replacement for a teacher. So it is just another tool for the productive research. Now, how to approach ICT integration in teacher development? Now, in teacher development, these three things should combine together, should integrate together. That is technology, content and pedagogy. Technology means knowledge of technologies that support teaching and how to use these. So teacher must know the latest technologies and how he or she can use those technologies in teaching. Second is pedagogy. That is knowledge of how we teach. That is the teaching methods. So a teacher must use teaching methods, innovative teaching methods to enhance his or her teaching. And third part is the content. That is knowledge of what we teach in our subject and learning area. That is the most important part of ICT integration. Then this is ICT, a focus for the teacher. So it saves times in lesson planning, administration, offers a more comprehensive approach to assessment, reduces bureaucratic burden on teachers, enables a focus on each and every child, etc., offers new ways of teaching the same thing. And now ICT on the point of view on the point of view of learner, that is ICT, a focus on the learner. That is motivating, engaging the learner, offering personal approaches to learning, unleashing creativity in learning, allowing independence in learning, developing collaborative and team working skills, etc. Now the question arises, why use ICT for teaching? Because it enhances presentations, they are more pleasing, and we use color and we use audio, videos, etc. makes lesson more interactive, adds variety to teaching methods, enables teachers to build up resources, and teacher becomes facilitator. Now, importance of ICT in education: wider learning opportunities, motivating to learning, source of knowledge, enhancing the learning process, medium to share, transit knowledge, right? Next is the challenges of ICT in education. Yes, if there are advantages, there are advantages also. So challenges of ICT in education is financial aspect, psychological aspect, physical resource aspect, technological aspect, net safety aspect, and human resource aspect. Use of application of softwares in chemistry. So first is MS Word. So we all as teachers are now using MS Word, which is used to make different types of assignments and text documents. And with the help of this, student and teachers can save a lot of time and lot of text in the form of document. Second is MS PowerPoint. I think everybody is nowadays is using PowerPoint for making e-content to share with their students at this time of the coronavirus scare. So Microsoft PowerPoint software helps to present different types of text and data in the classroom, and animations can be used to make the lecture more interesting and easier to understand. So, for example, formation of bonds like ionic and covalent bonds can be explained by using animations in MS PowerPoint. Then next is MS Excel or Origin Pro and Calligraph, etc. These softwares are used for making graph and for presenting data in the different types of calculations in numeric form and to draw graphs between different quantities. So MS Excel, Origin Pro, Calligraph are softwares which we can use to draw graphs or for the calculation of data, etc. And while performing practicals in chemical laboratory, data is collected in numerical form, and that data is stored in MS Excel, and then relation between the data is given in the form of a graph. So it provides easy and correct calculations. So MS Excel is also very useful for graph, etc. And the other softwares which we can use for making graphs and for calculation of data, etc. are Origin Pro and Calligraph. Origin Pro and Calligraph are normally used for research, is normally used by the research scholars while doing their research and for publication of their research papers, etc. They use Origin Pro and Calligraph. Next is Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms. These you can use you can just create, for example, Google Doc. You can create one document and share that one document with your students, with your 15 students, 20 students, or as many as students as you can, right? So in that document, in that single document, all the data can be collected. For example, if you want to ask your students about any ideas for extended practicals or for any projects, you can create one document and share that document with the students. Next software which we can use for creating our teaching more interesting and for flipped classroom teaching, these softwares are very useful. These are simulation softwares which are freely available online, and we can use these open education resources for making our teaching more interesting in the form of flipped classroom. We can share the links of these simulation softwares with the students and can ask them to go through these exercises or these simulation questions or simulation like, for example, formation of atoms or molecules, etc. And they can then come prepared of that topic in the class. Then next is virtual labs, chem labs, free version, etc. These are all available freely on the internet, right? So next point is how we can make our assignments and quiz interesting. So there are again many softwares available which we can use their free versions for making our assignments and quiz, etc. interesting. And one of the software which is freely available, free version is also available, that is Hot Potatoes. And that we can use for making quiz, crosswords, mixed sentences, that is JMix, and JClose is for making fill in the blanks and match the following, etc. We can create these exercises on Hot Potatoes, and we can share these HTML files with our students, and which I am using this Hot Potato soft version for the last 1 year, and my students really enjoy doing these exercises. And another software is Kahoot. It's a free trial or free version you can try and explore for making quiz and different assignments.